Thank you for joining me today at a video series featuring Black artists and musicians from the Bootheel. My name is Dawn Jordan and I'm the Program Assistant for Lincoln University Cooperative Extension. This project is being conducted by some of the teens who participate in Lincoln University programs here in Pemiscot and Dunklin counties. Today's interview is being led by Joe Mixon.
Hello, I'm Joe Mixon, and I am a student at KIPP Collegiate High School. It is my pleasure to introduce Jasmine Jones.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and your art.
My name is Jasmine Jones. I was raised here in Caruthersville, Missouri. I am a musician. I play several instruments. My main instruments being the drums and the saxophone. I also can play the clarinet and the flute. I played the trumpet and the euphonium.
What fueled your desire to share your art with the public?
What fueled my desire? Mainly playing in church. I started playing in church when I was about 8 or 9 years old. I started playing the drums at Progressive Church, and I kind of fell in love with it and have been doing it ever since.
Is there a mentor who you would identify as someone who encouraged you to pursue art, music, or some sort of entertainment?
A mentor specifically, not really, but there were several people in my life that encouraged me to practice and work hard and do better. My older brother was kind of there with me all the time, every time. My parents encouraged me to, go forward. I had my music teachers from kindergarten through high school, band directors, choir directors. They all have encouraged me to, pursue music and have fun doing it.
Who are some of your biggest influences?
There were lots of influences around me, but I would like to say, like, my parents, they were there, they were supportive, they were encouraging of me and my brother and my sister to do what we do well, and do it for God. So just being in my family, they were my biggest supporters and they were my biggest influence.
What are some steps you took early in life that help you today? Were you involved in school and community groups?
Some steps that I took early in life to get me to where I am today, I would say just being myself. And I know it's like the hardest thing to do for most people, but it came with a lot of challenges. But just staying true to who I am, doing what I like to do, and making decisions about what I want to do, and not following the crowd, not following a group. It did cause me to get bullied a lot, but that's okay. I survived it. But just being true to myself and doing what I love to do. I was involved in school. I was in band, of course. I was in choir. I went to all division band. I went to all district choir. I went to district contest in band and choir. I was in National Honor Society. So long ago, I'm trying to remember what I did. I was in community groups. I was in community groups. I was, active in our church group. We did a lot of, singing. We played music in church. So I would say, for the most part, I was mostly active in church groups.
Is there training involved in your art, or do you feel your ability coming mainly from talent?
That's a good question. I feel like it is a mixture of both. I think everyone is born with a gift, talent, something that they're really good at doing. And even though you are born with this gift that's natural, that's innate, that's inside you. You still need a little bit of, to be honest, a lot of training in your gift. If you want to make your gift marketable, if you want to pursue it as a career or use it for whatever use, you will need that professional training. You will need that training. You should have that. I had training. I was a singer and I played music in church, but it didn't really get serious to me until I got into the 6th grade and I started band. And then it kind of went from there. I fell in love with music even more, realized I was good at it, and kind of just went forward with that. So yes, you need both. You need both.
How do you share your art?
Do I share it? I share. First of all, I want to go ahead and say that I am not a professional musician. I'm not a professional musician. I do not do this for money. I just love it. What I do professionally is I am a teacher. I teach math. And how did I get to this point with music and how this is connected? When I graduated from high school, I had a music scholarship. I went to Three Rivers Community College on a full-ride music scholarship. I used my gift and my talent to help me get to where I wanted to be. I did not want to major in music. I chose mathematics because that was something that a lot of people believed that they could not do, and I felt like I was good at it. So I majored in mathematics and eventually majored in education and went through college like that, but I used music to pay for it. So I would say that, I enjoyed the journey, but it's not what I do for money. It's just me falling in love with music and staying in love with music and passing this love to others. So, yeah. I will say that I do share my love for music with others in the community. I am active in the church that I attend, Pavilion and Hope Ministries.
What are some of the biggest obstacles you have faced?
I'm playing music. I think one of the it's not a really big obstacle, but you do see this a lot. One of the obstacles I faced as a musician, like I said, I played the drums in church. I was a little girl playing the drums in church, and that was something that you've seen a lot of little boys doing. And there was a lot of times I was just discredited just because I was a female playing the drums in church. And so, of course, you had other drummers. I knew there were other drummers that were my age. Some were better, some were worse, but it was like it was an automatic, you can't play because you're a girl. So, that was one of the obstacles I faced when I was like 9 or 10 years old, but that within itself made me stronger, made me better, made me a better person. I won't say better drummer, but maybe a better person because I didn't dwell on the fact that I was being mistreated because I was a girl. I just, began to overlook it and just do my thing anyway.
Does your race influence your work?
I want to say not really, but I guess, I can't say it doesn't, and I can't say it does. I am who I am, and this is what you get. I am an African-American woman doing my thing out here, so, it's going to affect it because that's who I am.
What does your art or music do to advocate for social justice in our area?
Well, I will answer this question and how I help with the social justice in our area is not really through art and music, it's through the educational part. I, as a teacher, deal with social injustices, deal with students who deal with social injustices, and we have those discussions. Right now at our church, Pavilion and Hope, we have a youth group where we have times where we get together and we have discussions. We discuss the Bible, we have Bible study, but we also incorporate the things that we see, the social injustices that we see on the news, or things that have occurred or happened to the students that I deal with, and we use the Bible to navigate and figure out how to overcome these obstacles, overcome these problems that they encounter, they face. And so I don't want to say that I'm just an activist out here, but I will say that I do what I can to empower the youth around me so they can be their best selves.
What advice would you give to someone, especially a youth, who wants to pursue art or music as a career?
The advice that I would give, one thing is practice, whatever your craft, practice it. Because there's gonna be somebody better and there's gonna be somebody worse. But be the best you can be. Another thing I would say is be yourself. There are a lot of musicians, there are a lot of singers, there are a lot of artists, crafters that are trying to do something that somebody else has already done. Be creative, be yourself. Find your spot, find your niche, and get in it and go. If you want to make it a career, don't be afraid, just go for it. But just be unique and be yourself.
Can you tell us where we could see or hear your art or music in person?
Well, I would say that if you want to hear me in person, I tend to be in a Hope Church. It's on the corner of 18th and Adams. I sometimes play my saxophone there. We have a youth band. We have a youth choir. I also help sometimes sing on the praise team. So if you want to see me in person, that would be the place to catch me at church.
Thank you for joining me today. This is one of an 8-part series featuring Black artists and musicians from the Bootheel. Be sure to visit the Pemiscot County 4-H Facebook page and the Bootheel 4-H YouTube channel for additional videos and more information about 4-H.